Did it again, folks. Forgot to get some water. Oh well. We'll survive. So, hey, how you doing, guys? Just doing a weekly check-in. Turn that fan off, because that will be picked up. And let's put that on. Oh, and I need to remove that because it's not that show. Oh my goodness, look at me. There we go. It's not a Scotsman talks to. Not tonight. No, it's that guy there. That one. So, I should just check that everyone can actually hear me because I'm trying something different with my mics. And I don't know, and I'm fiddling with it now, so you'll probably get lots of feedback noise. So I don't actually know if I'm being heard okay. Catherine, hello. Catherine, does this sound okay? Can you hear me okay? Like if I'm looking at the camera and talking, is my voice coming through clear enough? Because you'll notice, where is it? Where's the mic? Oh, very exciting. A few new things. I'll wait and see make sure you can hear me. Just drop me a message. We're definitely, the mics are on. I just need to make sure that they are audible. Yep, all good. Thank you, Catherine. So welcome. Hello, guys. I thought I would just kind of, actually, it's kind of weird because I can do stuff like this now and actually lean when I'm doing a live stream, which is completely wrong. I thought I'd just check in. Hey, Warren, thanks very much. Good, because the mic is up here now, guys. Okay? This one is still here, but this one is redundant because I've done more jiggerty, pokerty, buggerty type things. So I thought I'd just come and check in very briefly, say hello, make sure the world is still okay. Hopefully you caught the show last night. I'll talk a wee bit more about that in a minute. But basically, I thought I would just come on and give you a wee bit of an update, let you know what's happening and get you excited because you know what? I am really excited. Nick, thank you. Thanks, guys, for confirming. I keep looking up at the mic. Thank you, everyone. But basically, I'm getting really excited because we had our first episode of A Scotsman Talks to last night with the hilarious guy Byron Bertram, wonderful comedian from Victoria. We had some glitches. It didn't go as smoothly as I wanted, but do you know what? It's a brand new show, so I'm hoping everyone will be forgiving for that. Byron was on his mobile, reception occasionally chopping in and out, but I think it worked. It seemed clear enough at my end. There's a lot of things I need to improve, of course, because I'm just learning a lot of these new skills and certainly interviewing. I've done hosting and emceeing, but I realised I haven't really interviewed people, so I'm learning that. And my good wife is, she's actually waiting to take me through an interviewing course or just help me work on my interview techniques because if I'm going to be honest, the last interview I ever did was probably in my 30s. I am now older than 30. And I haven't interviewed in the sense of, actually a proper interview. I've had chats and, done events where people have asked me questions, but God, I've not actually interviewed anyone. So last night was a wee bit sketchy and I felt really bad afterwards. I went in a right funk. Oh my God. I took one of those awful moments and I sat in like the sad sack in the sofa, just, and Krista was just looking at me and giving me crap for it, and rightly so. Last year. I'm trying to remember, Warren. You'll need to remind me last year. Last year was a long time ago in my brain cells. So, but so the show continues and I'm now really excited because I'm going to restructure the questioning and I'm going to go back to the original plan that I had, which was actually I'm going to kind of focus it on the old storytelling concepts of the hero's journey and take the very basic circular process of the hero's journey, because last night I think I tried to get a little bit too clever and I realised that I don't want to be boring, but you know, a lot of people might not know who Byron is. Some his circle do, but maybe my circle of people and followers don't. So I want to start in that process. You know, let's do it. Let's do the origin story. Let's evolve it. Let's find out their journey. Let's find out about their mentors and any trials and tribulations, and then we'll throw in things like, what do you think of garden gnomes? Oh yeah, I like that one. Didn't go down so well. You were in your 30s last year. No. Warren, I'm 43. Thank you, though. I know I look so charming and young. I'm just... Oh, you flatterer, you old flatterer. Journey to the 40s. So, basically, that's my plan now. I'm going to revamp it, and I'm really excited because our next guest I'm really looking forward to, because it's Johnny Summers. And if nobody knows who Johnny Summers is, then shame on you. Absolute shame. He is just this phenomenal trumpeter, vocalist, jazz musician. He is an ambassador for the arts. And what was really funny is we were supposed to be doing our tech test today, but Johnny had problems. He had to run out and get an adapter for his camera, because Johnny's as much a perfectionist as myself, it would appear. But what he did is, because we couldn't tech test, my phone goes off and I'm looking and it's not telling me who it is. So I think it's just one of these scam numbers. So I answer it to give it, hey, let's have some fun. And it's Johnny. And we had, I would say, about an hour-long chat today. And we just had fun, and we spoke, and we just had a bit of a blather. And it just made me realise, if that's what we do tomorrow night, it's just going to be a really fun episode for everyone. Johnny is just a positive, energetic man and a self-proclaimed grump. And I love that, because everyone knows that I'm a miserable git in heart. So this should be a really good episode. So that's coming tomorrow night. A Scotsman Talks to tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So please tune in, because it will, honestly, no matter what happens, I just think it's going to be a really fun and interesting and enjoyable episode. I think it's going to be one of those episodes that no matter what we talk about, everyone's just going to walk away smiling. And I think that's a really kind of positive thing. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on this channel, Scotsman Talks to Johnny Summers. And that's going to be a great one. But it doesn't even end there, because after that, Tuesday the 2nd, we have the fabulous duo known as Drop, Bear and Panda. And that is Michael Dean Dargay and Jennifer McLean. I nearly called her Mackie there for some reason. Jen McLean. And they're this wonderful, we'll call them a tag team just for fun, who basically create these amazing shows, and they develop projects, and they have great fun. And, you know, I owe them a great debt, because I've said this a few times, but this, come on, autofocus. Wait a minute, I need to hide my face. Not going to do it. Oh no, my autofocus has failed me again. Damn it. I need to obviously reset my camera settings. I did something. That's what I did. I messed it up tonight. But basically, they helped me create my first storytelling CD. So I love them. Now, as for the shows, we have basically Johnny tomorrow, Drop Bear and Panda. We have Melissa Dorsey on Thursday. Oh my goodness, Frank D'Ambrosio. I keep going to call him D'Ambrosio. Frank D'Ambrosio on, I think it's Tuesday the 9th. I need to grab my schedule just to make sure I'm getting the right dates. Yeah, Frank D'Ambrosio on Tuesday the 9th, and that is the gentleman who was one of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantoms, and he was also in The Godfather. High caliber status guests, Johnny Summers, Drop Bear and Panda, Melissa, Frank D'Ambrosio. And then after that, we have Avery Cochrane, who runs a wonderful podcast. Connor Buick, a great... Connor's an interesting one because he's so diverse. He's a young lad, sickeningly talented, very handsome. He is a Scotsman as well. He's very eloquent, and he's basically He's a theatre boy. Let's just call him that. Musical theatre, fun, energy. So he's going to be great. And then we have Jeff Newman, a mentalist, a magician. So that's basically the first 4 weeks. Then I'm going to be contacting people probably in the next week to week and a half to build my second month's schedule. We will probably do the first half of that month 2 shows a week, and then we'll go back down to the 1 show a week formula that I've been trying to work on, get this to. Mainly so I don't burn out. 2 shows a week. I can do it. I know. I might just keep it. But there you go. There's your first month, folks. So, Catherine, I've got a month done. You will be coming up because I want you to come on and chat because you've done event organisation, set up mini festivals. So there's another amazing thing to talk about and get insights into, because there's people who always try and do that stuff and it doesn't work. When do I get my own radio or TV station? You're on it, love. Helga, sorry, this is probably as far as I'll go. You're lucky I'm on this. I've said it many times, but I think my dear old mother once said that I have a face for radio. Okay? So I am fully aware. You know, I've got, this program has graphics. I could put like mustaches on. No, Catherine, don't worry. There was a few names ahead of you and I'm trying to kind of balance out. The problem is I'm trying to get that mix going. Oh yes, the voice to text captioning, Galen. Yes, it's hilarious. It has no idea what I'm saying. And Jessup, lovely to see you. So, folks, that's the first show done, and now we're moving on. And I'm so excited, and it needs a bit of development. So please just bear with it. It might be a bit clumsy for the first wee while, but this is a new show, and it's always going to just, it takes a time to evolve. So that's what's happening now. I have a great thing. I was having a wonderful chat with a performer in Scotland this evening. We just, myself and my good friend Todd, just every so often we catch up. And he threw out a few ideas for me, and he thought a nice one would be to get maybe a list of 5 to 10 questions that I can try and ask every guest. And by that, we're not meaning big, long. We're talking about those quick fire questions. So maybe as we're wrapping up the interview, just like 5 to 10 questions that I can go, okay, what's your view on pineapple on pizzas, sort of thing. And just, those silly ones just to have some fun. But I'm putting this out to you guys. What question? Now, don't type them here. Send them to my messenger, or I'll put a separate post on my page. But maybe 5 or 10 questions, quick fire, silly questions that I can ask my guest towards the end of the interview, just so we can get a little bit of a silly kind of view on everyone. We're doing arts. We've got to have some fun. Oh, hi, Penny. Oh, you know what? There's a lady I've not seen in a long time because of all these craziness with the events. Garden gnomes, Catherine. It was a great question. Byron just didn't get into it. And then I went dark. Did anyone watch that? What happened? So I asked Byron the question about garden gnomes. What do you think of garden gnomes? And I think because I'm a storyteller, he thought I was meaning the mythical kind of gnomes rather than the little stone ones and plastic ones we have. So he went, oh, in Sweden, blah, blah, blah. And then he made a joke about Corona. And I went dark and went, yeah, and they're very social. I mean, the suicide rate of garden gnomes has just gone through the roof in Sweden because of it. And it just was one of those moments that I'm going, oh, Calum, don't. Where did that come from? It was just awful. But it was funny. Oh, actually, Catherine, you've got those wonderful kind of weird medieval looking ones at your store. I am definitely probably going to have to pick some of them up. Because, I'm getting into gardening, apparently. I'm not. Okay, so there we go. Top 5 questions. I need some suggestions. Top 5, top 10 questions. So please throw them at me on either Messenger, or I'll do a post on my Facebook page. And basically just, anything silly, and let's see if we can put a wee pile together. And the reason I'm asking you guys is because it gives you a little bit of input into it as well. And I like that, to kind of basically give you that little bit of fun that if I can pull out one of the questions that you guys want, it'll be amazing. So that's how things are going. And as you can tell, I'm manic again tonight. I am so tired that I'm like burning energy. There's been some oopsie moments this week. The first one is I don't have a website anymore. Yeah, big oops, definitely. My previous one was about to expire, and I went on to see prices, and the prices have doubled for a lot of the website providers at the moment. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I am not paying nearly $400 for a build-it-yourself website. So I decided, with a little bit of research, I was going to try WordPress. Anyone that knows me knows I'm not good at this stuff. So I'm currently at the moment learning WordPress to build a WordPress site. So I do not have a website, which is a bit of an oopsie moment. But then there is a bit of a research and marketing going on that websites are not actually being used as much as they used to be. They're not being kind of clicked upon. I still like it. I'm old-fashioned. I like to have that kind of landing page website stuff. So that's just me. The second oopsie, which is a notorious oopsie for me, is you may notice no change in my studio, apart from the fact that I can do this. I can lean on a desk, which wasn't here before. After last night's video podcast, I realized that balancing my laptop on a little 4 shelf unit on coasters, on wheels, and then on top of that, I had to put a box to bring my laptop up to a kind of reasonable level. My laptop lips just here with my camera to force me to kind of focus on the camera instead of my screen, because you'll notice a lot of videos I keep looking down at my screen, mainly to admire this. But basically I realized that I had to kind of try and focus, so I raised my laptop. But then of course last night I realized that I am risking this just under $1,000 sort of laptop on a cardboard box and a rickety unit of shelves. So what I actually did is I basically last night, as soon as the episode finished, I kind of looked at my studio and went, right, it needs to change. And I basically ripped out a chunk of my old desk. I went out to the garage. I cut a new desk section, legs. I installed it. This morning I went and got more cork to top it with, because of course flat surfaces and sound aren't good, but this just, because it's cork, it takes a wee bit of that oomph out. And basically then I had to get some more moving blankets, because they're great for lower stuff in the sound studio, and just take away the edges and the wooden bits to absorb some of the sound. So basically in about 3 hours I revamped my studio, and I am loving it. Oh my goodness, this is great. So I have okay, right, before I revamped it, this is wrong hand gesture, Calum. Oh no. Before oh jeez, please nobody edit the video just to show that section. That was probably the worst thing I've ever done without realizing it. But before I revamped it, this was basically me. My hand would be where my camera was, so you guys can maybe get an idea of the distance. That's now my hand on the camera. I have created about an extra 2 foot of space for me to sit in and actually do work, which is really comfy. It's so spacious. I've got enough room for when the world reopens to allow a guest to sit next to me. I can turn and set up my other mics to do voiceover work or story recording into the actual padding wall. I mean, it's great. It's just I'm loving it. And I can do this, which is totally unprofessional, but you know, it gives me a kind of air of mystery and exoticness, because I get to do poses like this. Seductive Scotsman. So yeah, I'm loving this. I just totally tore out my goddamn studio in one night, and the problem with that is, you guys only see this end. What's here? You guys don't get to see the mixing desk, the laptop, the USB adapters, the monitors, the camera, the various lights, the mice, all the the cables. Oh my God. If a sound engineer wanted to commit suicide, it is probably the easiest thing in the world. There is so many cables. You could accidentally kill yourself in a studio because the place is just crazy. And I'm being very dark with comments of suicide, and that's terrible of me. But it's just so crazy, the amount of cabling and weird stuff. So I had to strip out my studio. And then this morning, rebuild the bits of it. And then I realised I had the sound check and the technical checks. I had to rebuild it. So it's kind of getting there. The camera's a wee bit out. But what I'm loving is this. And I'm just going to lower this down. Ooh. I'm loving the fact that I can... no, wait a minute. They're just off screen. I love the fact that I can actually that is Squint. Oh, that's the one that got damaged. I can actually utilise my boom mic stands properly. I mean, as I say, I've still got this one here. Hi. Look at that. 2 mics. Exuberant swine that I am. But it's all go. I mean, this is great. I can actually work. But it doesn't end there because... my wee old laptop that served me well, it served me 3-4 years, is having some serious problems now. There's an issue with the power socket. It's a wee bit wobbly. The screen occasionally flickers black, which is not a good sign. So it looks like the time has come that I'm going to have to upgrade. And I'm going to have to get a proper PC. And that's really expensive. I was just on Memory Express kind of going through this stuff. And I think I had to close it off at $4,500. Because I need a PC that's going to do audio. And, you have 3 mics, do you, Liam? But apparently you're very jealous of my sound. Yes. Rode NT1As, by the way, Liam. It's the same things that Drop Bear and Panda are using. The Rode NT1As. Really nice flat sound. Really nice feel to them. And they work even with a weird Scottish accent. Because they're quite a flat receive. So if ever you're interested, they come in a pack. I think it's about $300. So they're not the most expensive, but they're very versatile for music and vocals and everything. So, I mean, these will get upgraded at some point. That was just a side note from a comment that I received from someone else that Liam had mentioned, that he likes how crisp my sound is. Thank you. So yeah, I need to build a PC now. So that's going to be fun because I know nothing about PCs. Yeah, I know, Liam, but the problem is I need something that's going to be really high tech. I need something that's going to do audio and video really well for editing and all this stuff. And I need something that's at least 32 gig RAM minimum. And a lot of the pre-made ones go up to 16, and that's not enough for me. I need something a wee bit oomphy. So actually, Dargy, the wonderful Dargy, he's built one recently, and his was very expensive because Drop Bear and Panda do an amazing amount of video editing and Michael's work and all that. So he's going to send me his specs, and maybe I can dumb it down a wee bit. But that's the next thing, folks. A new PC after buying a new camera and upgrading more stuff in the studio. It's never ending. I'm going to say this to you now. Performing and being an artist is wonderful. But it's really expensive. Like, I know some people have expensive hobbies, but this is an addictively expensive hobby. You always need to constantly upgrade. You need to keep working. You need to keep deciding on new things. Like, these mics are about $300 to $400, and that's kind of very low end for what I need. I'm going to have to go up to probably about $1,000 a mic soon. And I'm a Scotsman. That hurts. I mean, I feel pain at even the thought of thinking this this technology is so expensive, but it's needed. So I'm just going to say to you folks, you know, don't do it. Don't ever get a sound studio. Don't ever go into vocal work. It's great. Brendan Hunter will know this. A wonderful voice artist in Calgary. I've seen his setup. It becomes an addiction until you get to that level. Once you've got the mics and all that finalised, it's really just a wee bit of mic envy. Yeah, it exists. Mic envy. You watch YouTube videos and you're like, oh, look at that. Like Michael Dargie's using the Shure. Oh, MD something. Oh, la, la, la. And as soon as I saw it, we were doing a Zoom chat and I saw it and I was just like, oh. And it's so bad when you actually are drilling over microphones. I mean, it's abnormal. Very phallic, and you're drilling over them. It's just, my mind's really bad tonight. You know, I'm in a filthy, dark manner tonight, it would appear. Careful. So I'm just checking some of these comments. Lovely. Oh, Penny knows WordPress, right, Penny? We're having a chat. Because I need a new website, and I'm fed up of everyone's websites look so good compared to mine. That's the problem. Mine are always rubbish. They're like amateur. They're like stick and paste. I'm that kind of kid that when you were given the art project, I would literally just kind of like, I don't know, rub it in mud and put a Post-it note on it and call it an elephant. That's what I was. So when it comes to arty things and making things look really good, I'm not good. I mean, look at my banners. I don't know if you saw. Wait a minute. You must have seen the Scotsman Talks too. One. No, I don't have one here. Oh dear. Oh, my video. Did you all see the new video? Right, here we go. This is how technically minded I am with things. That took me 4 hours to make. Yeah. That's how good that was. That took me 4 hours to put that together. Actually, Elaine, it's not a studio gnome tonight. Studio Dog is sound asleep at my side. He is also loving this new setup because he now has loads of space. He can't get under my desk anymore, which annoys him because of the tripod for the camera, but he's got this huge, it's like a palatial home to him down here. He is absolutely loving it. Yeah, I know, Penny, it's basic. These things will evolve once the video editing stuff and all that is very new to me. So sound I've been working with for a while. I'm learning all the new video stuff, and the website's just going to be complicated at some point. But yeah, life is good. Life is challenging. I hope everyone's feeling okay. I hope everyone's happy. However, I must insist that you all tune in tomorrow night. Johnny Summers is just going to be a great chat. You know what? He's going to have watched this or heard me saying all these positive things, and he's going to do what I would do. He's going to come on and deliberately just not say anything. I'm going to, all right, so Johnny, tell me about this. It was fun. You know, he's going to be cantankerous just for a giggle. I know him. No, he won't, because he knows I'll hunt him down and I'll hide in his fridge or something. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, join me at Scotsman Talks to, and it is Johnny Summers, Calgary's own. Huge in the jazz scene. Calgary Jazz Orchestra, music, mayhem, vocals. We've got a wee clip to play of one of his videos. Yes, we're trying to get really fancy. That probably won't work as well as I want it to, but you know what? It's all fun, folks. It's all about evolving, and we've only done one episode. And, you know, I need to keep up reading up on new techniques, but that won't happen for a while because I still need to do half a dozen intro-outro videos for a digital Ren fair. I still need to record a couple of stories for another project. I still need to mow the lawn, which is becoming a small jungle. I still need to try and work on a website. I need to write a blog post for someone. There's a lot of stuff going on, and all of a sudden I'm really busy, and it's kind of weird because in the time of COVID, when everyone else is quiet, for some reason I've got really busy, but not in the sense of I'm going out and doing gigs, and I don't know what's going to happen when I start doing it. I don't know if I'll be able to do proper gigs again. That's the big challenge. I don't know how it's going to be to go back out and do gigs. The chat I had today with a few people, a lot of performers are just accepting this year is gone. Catherine, I'm sorry. I'm hoping that's not the case because I know there's an event we're trying to organise. But a lot of performers are saying they don't expect much for the rest of this year. So you're going to be stuck with this. My visage on this this screen of delight. But with that being said, no, it's not. Catherine, I know. I hate to say it. It's sadly just how a lot of folk are feeling. We just don't know what's going to happen. They're talking about second and third waves. They're talking about, I don't know. I mean, what have we had so far? So we had COVID, murder hornets. Apparently, now, I don't know if this was a spoof article, but I think it was reputable. London has got cannibal rats. Because the rats haven't got the garbage to eat, apparently they're turning to cannibalism, which is, so there you go. There's the next thing. We're still waiting on alien invasion. We're talking about sending a couple of rockets up there. Elon Musk and that, that could antagonize. So that could be the alien invasion. I really don't want a zombie apocalypse. I don't see the point to that. A zombie apocalypse is just an inconvenience I can't be bothered with because that implies that I can't even go online and talk to you guys. So let's avoid the zombies. Let's keep electricity and that going. At least aliens will maybe make things still workable. What else can we throw into that mix? There's bound to be some apocalyptic oh my god, Home for the Apocalypse. That's another project I need to get something together for. Oh, so many things to do, folks. With that in mind, I should sign off and actually do some work on top of this. So, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. See you here. Myself, Johnny Summers, fabulous man, on this screen, split, two faces, smiling, happy, exotic, charming, intellectually stimulating. At least Johnny will be. I discovered last night I have a weird face when I'm listening to people. I'm like, I just look really stupid when I'm listening to someone talk and answer my questions. It's another thing I need to work on. I need to work on this weird kind of like, oh yeah, kind of thing that I do when I'm listening. New Nickelback album. Oh geez, Liam, please, you just took that too far, laddie. Okay, too far. I mean, what sort of sick-minded individual are you to say a new Nickelback album? I might have been listening to Nickelback a couple of days ago on YouTube. It just happened to come on, and I had remembered that they were okay at one point. So, shame, dark secret. That's it. Every episode, I am going to focus on a dark secret and tell you my dark secret. And today's is I may have been listening to Nickelback and enjoying it. But a new album's just too far. Too far. Far too dangerous for the world. I don't think we could take that. Folks, now you can put your hand up. Did I miss something? Up where? Jekyll and Hyde, yes. I do actually, Chelsea, need to get back to that. The Jekyll and Hyde thing. I was so embarrassed by how it went. So what I'm probably going to do is restart it and do chapter 1 again because it was just clumsy. And those who know me know that I like to do things raw, but I also learn that there's certain things I can't go in raw and fresh. Like storytelling, I like to kind of not overly rehearse stories. So when I'm telling them, they've got that kind of real raw, fun energy. You know, they're not like scripted feeling. But I've discovered when you're doing narration for a book, say on something like this, you actually need to have read the book at least within the last couple of months, as opposed to a year ago and then try and read a book like Jekyll and Hyde, which is quite challenging. Elaine. Anyway, folks, wait a minute. When you're listening to people, rest on your chin. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Yes. Yeah, okay, I can work on these faces. But yeah, folks, lots of fun things on the horizon. My new chair's uncomfortable. I need to figure that out. Something's wrong with it. New things on the horizon, lots of projects coming up. Jekyll and Hyde, I promise, Chelsea will be back because I really want to do that sort of stuff. Basically, so many things to do, but tomorrow night is a priority. 7 p.m, be here, or I will hunt you down. I will give you the old warning I used to give people in my tour company in Edinburgh, which was, if you like the tour, tell everyone about it. If you don't like the tour, say nothing. And what I used to add is this, and I'm going to say this to you in a different context now. If you don't come and watch the show tomorrow night, I will know. I will find out where you live. I will hunt you down. I will get naked and hide in your fridge. And it's not for any other reason than I just happen to like fridges. Okay? I mean, I'm not going to do anything nasty. That's not in my nature. I just happen to like fridges. There's something about them. Particularly the ones here with the 2 doors. They're really fun. Folks, have a wonderful night. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. with Johnny Summers. Have a fantastic evening. Nearly have a fantastic morning, actually. And I'll speak to you all tomorrow.